This is a face of someone who struggles. So I guess you're probably thinking, what does she struggle with? And if she struggles, she looks pretty normal. But I just kind of wanted to get a little serious with you guys. I know you guys only watch me for my Lily videos, but sometimes I like to take this platform to help spread awareness for serious issues, and I want to talk to you guys about things like PTSD and that sort of thing. And I've never been diagnosed, so to say, like on paper, that I struggle with PTSD, but I mean, I have talked to it about it with my doctor, and he just kind of, agrees with me that I struggle with a lot of, at least, symptoms of PTSD. So, I mean, I guess you could say that technically, I guess, I don't struggle with it, but I do, or at least struggle with some pretty bad symptoms that are very similar to PTSD, and either way, both, whether it's been written down or not, it's still pretty serious matter, and I just wanted to take the time to talk to you guys. So this thing is kind of hard for me to talk about because I have to show that I am actually really weak and I'm not this strong person that my exterior shows me to be. So the other night, and not last night, but the night before, and I couldn't make a video about it yesterday because yesterday was just awful. I had a nightmare, and I've been having these nightmares since Nova passed away, and they got worse. Well, when Nova first passed away, they were really bad, and then I went through this kind of calm where I didn't really have them, and then once Lily was born, I started having them again. And it's essentially so right after Nova passed away, my nightmares were reliving the situation with Nova, and I would wake up crying and screaming in real life, not just in my dream. I wouldn't be able to breathe. I could barely see. It was just awful. So I finally got a break from them, and then when Lily first come home, I started having nightmares again that I would wake up and find Lily looking like what Nova did when she passed away. And if it wasn't that she looked like what Nova did when she passed away, it's a number of things. It's either way, it boils down to something wrong is happening with Lily. And the night before last, I was just having this really crazy dream, and apparently Josh was having nightmares too, and we think we were being spiritually attacked because this past couple of weeks I feel like we've been getting attacked spiritually nonstop, and it's really frustrating. So I was having this crazy dream, and to be honest, I'm not even going to describe it to you because it is one of the creepiest dreams that I have ever had. But in my dream, it was so bad, my mom apparently was there, and I just kept screaming, "Mama, pray, Mama, pray, Mama, pray," and just screaming it at the top of my lungs over and over and over. And when I finally woke up from the dream, I was just like, felt like someone was like pushing me on the bed, and I was just so heavy. It was like I had like an elephant on my chest, and I was gripping the side of my bed as hard as I could with all my might. And I had I know it sounds silly, but you know how people like put their hand on their forehead like when they're distressed, or they're just like, oh my gosh. Well, like I had like my one hand on the side of my face like this, and it was just like I was just sitting there or laying there in like so much distress, and it was just awful. It was so awful. I couldn't fall back asleep because every time I shut my eyes, I just could see that dream playing over and over and over. And so I haven't been getting sleep because of it, because I get scared to go to sleep after I have those dreams, and it affects me until the next day, because I feel like I'm starting to have another one. Yesterday I was having panic attacks over and over and over, because first it started with reliving that dream. It's like it replays over and over and over and over in my head. And it kind of went away. We were kind of having a good morning, and then we've been going through some personal stressful things dealing with insurance and stuff, and I was dealing with that yesterday, and I was out in public, and I was just having to try and hold it together until I could get in my car, because I didn't want people to think I was crazy. And so we get done, I get Lily buckled up, and I'm going home, and I just start crying, and I just cry. That's, I guess, maybe like one of the simplest symptoms or whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what to refer it as, but I just was crying the whole way home, and just crying and crying, and eventually, Lily was down for a nap, and I curled up in my bathroom floor and was just crying, and I just started yelling, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus," because it doesn't matter. I feel like you would have to probably sedate me for me to feel some type of like true relief, like medical, like medicine wise, because I have medicine that I've taken before, and it just doesn't seem to fully take away the effects. Like I still have nightmares, and I still have panic attacks. They're just not as bad. But I just, here lately, I've gotten really good about not struggling with them, and then just every once in a while, it's just like they come back with a vengeance, for a couple of days, and then it goes away again, and it's the weirdest thing. And so that's why I say, like, you know, maybe I don't really struggle with PTSD, but I struggle with something similar to that, because I have similar, symptoms. I don't know, that's just kind of like the easiest way I can explain it to you guys. And I was just having such a horrible day yesterday, because it felt like I could not stop having panic attacks, and which it got better once I got like home and settled, and me and Lily could just like lay in bed with each other and just like hang out, and then once Josh got home, I felt like a ton better, because I don't know what it is, but when Josh comes home and he's with me, it's just like I don't know, it makes me feel like I can breathe. And it's like God knew exactly what I needed in a man to be my husband, you know. It's just like He made Josh perfectly for me. Neither one of us is perfect, but just how intricate and amazing God took the time to make both of us, that we just interweave with each other so well. And it's just like, when I'm having one of those days, it's just like Josh and, his spirit, your spirit that connects to God, and when he comes into the room, it's just a kind of like my antidote. It's like, it's almost as if he's sitting there praying for me, but it's like he doesn't even have to like verbally pray for me out loud. It's just he walks into the room and it feels like I can calm down. And if it's like back when Nova first passed away, it wasn't that easy, but like, so if he could just like wrap his arms around me, it was just like I could just breathe. And him and Jesus are the only people in my life that ever just give me that moment to where when I feel like the world is crashing down on me and I can't breathe, they are the only people that just can make me go and breathe. And I don't know, it's very serious, like, and I don't think it's something, I know it's not something that's just gonna go away with a Bible study, a grief Bible study, because trust me, I've done probably close to every Bible study, and it's not that I don't trust in God. It's not that I don't believe God has healed me, because trust me, you guys, there's yellow chicken. Sorry. It's not that I don't believe he's healed me, because trust me, it could be a lot worse, and it was a lot worse when Nova first passed away. So God has healed me, but it's just something about these fleshy beings, these non-heavenly bodies. It's just something that once they break down so far, it's like the only way to truly get that fix is by going to heaven. And I know that might sound so unspiritual, maybe so unchristian, but I'm not meaning it to be. I'm just trying to explain it to you. Like, yes, I have so much faith. I've never had more faith in my life than I do now, because it's in those dark, scary moments when I literally feel like something is sitting on my chest and I can't breathe, that I cry out to my Abba Father and I can breathe. He puts life, he puts breath into my lungs, and I can breathe. And another reason why I don't feel like it's something that can just go away like that is because it's like once you experience something like what Josh and I have gone through, the enemy likes to bring it up and bring it up and bring it up and bring it up and attack you and attack you and attack you and attack you and attack you. And though I cannot control the enemy, I just have authority over the enemy. So when he's attacking, I can scream out the name of Jesus and he has to go away because I have authority. So when you see someone like me that's struggling like me, that has this normal look on them, but they open up to you, because not a lot of people, it's not something that I open up very often, because sometimes I get the look of, oh, you just haven't given it to Jesus yet. You just gotta give it to Jesus. Well, I have given it to Jesus, and he's the reason why I'm alive. And that's something that I'm trying to educate people on, is that when you see someone struggling like me, or they actually open up to you, just pray for them. Don't tell them to, you just need to give it to Jesus, because if they're a Christian like me, they have given it to Jesus. Now, if they're not a Christian, you can tell them, absolutely tell them about Jesus, and tell them to give it to Jesus, and and refer them to someone that is a Christian, that has been through a similar situation, that can help them. But you don't know that person's heart. You don't know anyone's heart. Only Jesus knows our hearts, and he's the judge of our hearts. And I know that Jesus knows that I love him with all of my heart, all of my being. My soul thirsts for God. My body longs for God. And it's in those moments of being attacked when I can cry out to him that my faith grows stronger, because He's the only thing that can take away all the bad. And this video is super long, and I hope I feel like if I just keep talking, it's just going to end up being extremely long, and I hope that you understand this video and it's not something, it isn't some rambling, that it doesn't make you think that I'm any less of a Christian. That is a fear of mine, but I feel like this is the crap that the enemy has given me, and this is God up here, and he sees the crap that the world has given me, and he wants to turn that into something good. And that good would be to help someone. And even if it just helps that one person, I'm going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to show my weakness in hopes of helping that one person. But I hope you guys have a great day. Keep me in your prayers, just because sometimes after having those nightmares, I can still struggle a little bit for the next couple of days, but I'm having a lot better day to day. I've had 2 cups of coffee, and coffee is life. It helps bring me life. It is a little gift of heaven. So I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.